Howdy y'all, got the Bulldog on the channel. Back on the Ranger that we kind of screwed us over on Friday evening. And I figured I'd get back to you and give you an update. You know, we were on the fence about whether or not we were putting a pump on it. You know, clutch was burned up, front seal was leaking, and by the time you get the money in the clutch and then we find the front seal leaking, well, yeah, you can get a seal, but that adds this much money to it, and then you have the labor of putting it on over top of removing the pump. You know, it's not horribly significant, but everything adds up when you go fixing an old pump. Oh, by that time you're approaching the price of a new pump. We don't want to fix an old pump that's going to have problems. Well, gave up that night. Come in this morning, we had a bunch of other stuff going on. I was busy checking other things out, getting all the parts lined out that we were going to need. So he had not ordered the dryer yet, or it hadn't come out yet, because road construction, they don't bring things out now on demand. It's, you know, you get a load and then they bring it out. I don't blame them. It's inconvenient for us, but I don't blame them. But here I'm going to show you why we don't want to put that much money into an old pump. You can't see it very well, but all that green junk that's just below, you got the red of the deal, and then the black seals. It's, you know, right there. That gunk that's on there, and some of it has already wiped off, that's particles. Little aluminum flakes and other assorted trash. You see that screen there is clean, and this one is not. This here is the output. Well, the white end is the output. The red end is the input, and what's in the center is called the orifice tube, and that's what makes your AC work. The pump pumps it up to a high pressure, and when it squeezes through this little tube, the pressure drops dramatically, and when it does, it sucks all the heat out of it, and it gets super cold. It's a real simple design. They've made it overly complicated because, oh, we can't use R12 because this stuff that's heavier than air is in the upper atmosphere wreaking havoc with the ozone. We got to use 134A. And then after they use 134A for 20 years, the patent run out on it. Oh God, it's this whole horrible for the environment. So we got to use this new stuff called 1234YF. So they went from something that was 12 ounces or a whole 50, 75 cents a pound, you know, for 16 ounces, to a product that was $8 for 12 ounces, to a product that is $50 for 8 ounces. Progress. This is for 134A, and it runs a lot higher pressure than R12 did. Doesn't work as well as R12 did. Not nearly as forgiving. And we're seeing a lot of pump damage because of it. That's what we got here. That's what why we were so leery about putting this part on the old pump, because we see a lot of them out. I don't know what we're going to run into with this new refrigerant, because it runs, you know, like 5 times higher than 134 did, and they can't make a 134 pump run at 300 pounds. How are they going to make this other stuff run at 1,000? It's only money. It's your money, so who cares, right? But I figured I'd show you that, you know, that there's Whenever you think, oh, they're just upselling me, they're just trying to get money. Experience has taught us, don't sink $250 in something that you can replace for $3 or $350, because it's money thrown away if it blows up in 6 months. This was on its way. Just to show you. I want to show you over here. I stood over here because I've got the AC on in the shop, which it kind of works. We have to have fans that circulate it around the building all the time. Let's see here. This hole here, and you can kind of see it. You see some of the grit around it, but it's corrosion. Whenever I was taking out the studs, they'd slide out and hit this center part here, and this center part was corroded so badly that when the threads hit it, they wouldn't come out. So the threads are just a freckle bigger than the shaft, and this is just a mess of corrosion and rust. Rust wasn't the main problem, but this bracket here come out, and it was so quicker to take the whole bracket out, take down the whole thing, than to try to fight it on the truck. That's why we removed it from the truck. You know, some things we don't want to remove because, like we saw on the Ford, you know, you go to moving things around and something else is going to start leaking. This is not that way. It's, you know, limited amount of things. The power steering hoses, they're rubber, and I could take them off without dismantling the system, without opening it up, because Ford has some issues with air in the power steering system. It's really difficult to get out. You're supposed to just be able to run it, and it pumps the air out the top. You're done. You know, these things, they get a little bit of air in them, they foam up really bad. You let it set, run it a little bit more. It seems like they're always whining. I don't know. We've hooked vacuum pumps to them before to suck all the air out of the system. It kind of works. I figured I'd give you an update what we were doing and why. You know, try to give a little bit of explanation. Sometimes it's not always an upsell. Sometimes it's we're trying to get you to avoid the inevitable problem down the road that you're going to run into. But like, comment, subscribe, hit your little bell notification, share it around. Talk to you later.